Welcome back, this RB Sensei. To my diehard fans, make sure you watch at least until 9 minutes because watch time is the most important factor to this channel growing and being successful. To new watchers, if you like this video at any point, like and comment. Now let's get into this ridiculous nonsense.
Especially as a woman, by the time you have made it to the Kendra call-in show, that should be the immediate red flag that you are at rock bottom. All right, you are officially at rock bottom.
All right, what's your name, love?
Nina.
Nina, where you calling me from?
California.
How old are you?
35.
Things I'm too old for in my 30s.
As they've gotten older and it gets worse and worse and worse, the attitudes get worse and worse, the entitlement.
What you do for a living?
I do in-home health.
The body is giving druggy vibe. You know what I mean? I'm not making fun of her, but I'm just letting you guys know what you should be on the lookout for. And I'll say this, 35 on YouTube looking for a man is always down bad. It means you went somewhere terribly wrong on your path in life, at least in the romantic world.
That's the understatement of the year.
You have any children?
2.
2 kids. How old are your 2 kids?
They are 4 and 5.
4 and 5. Both by the same man?
So I adopted them.
That escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Okay, it's already bad enough if a woman has, kids coming into a relationship at a certain point. If a 40, 45-year-old man with his stuff together is looking for a wife, he ain't looking for a wife who already got kids usually.
You don't know that.
But it's even worse if the kids she coming with not even technically her biological kids. You don't know what qualities and tendencies they'll be displaying when they 13, 14, 15. Might be they crazy daddy that's in jail somewhere. Do you really want to get involved with this? At least if they were her kids, you can do some research or something. Well, who did you mess with? Who was your baby daddy? Have you ever been to prison? Do we got mental issues? You can't even ask those questions about these adopted kids.
Because the next question is, why are you not with their daddy? But you adopted them at a young age? Nina, I think you got frozen. Was
I'm so sorry. The power went out. I was like, oh, Lord Jesus, I lost my chance at love.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
I was like, oh, Lord Jesus, I lost my chance at love. There it goes.
Oh, that was
gone.
you. Okay, they said it was me. And you have 2 adopted children, 4 and 5.
Yes. They're 10 and a half months apart, so they're real close.
Okay, did you adopt them when they were babies?
I did, yes. It was like when I turned 30, I was just tired of waiting for like whoever I thought was supposed to be in my life, but I knew I always wanted to be a mom.
Red flag number 577 in this video, guys.
Let that be a warning to you.
That's a red flag. That's a gigantic red flag for most guys.
Huge red goddamn flag, all right?
Oh, where do I start? Look, the tattoos everywhere. Those tattoos look crazy. The druggy body with the tattoos everywhere? No. This is a whole no. And then something about the power going out. It's just, no, it's giving all bad signs. It's giving all red flags. She's so bad she couldn't even get a Pookie or Ray Ray to impregnate her and leave her. They was like, nah, I'll go be a deadbeat daddy to something better than this.
Out of pocket for that shit. Way out of pocket. What do you gain from that?
You know it's bad when you can't even get a lowlife to impregnate you and run off.
I just started the process to foster, and then I got that call, and I got them both at the same time. And then I had them ever since. And then they've officially been adopted for like 2 years now. But I've had them since.
Those are the people that take care of kids. They seek to be mothers and take care of children, people who brought children in the world. And for whatever reasons, there's no judgment because everybody has a story that we don't know.
Yeah.
But I think that's admirable that you went out to raise these babies. So kudos to you.
Let me ask you this, guys. Do you think the kids would have been better off in foster care or in the home of a single mother who looked like she on drugs and she on YouTube looking for a man? Just let me know. I'm curious.
God, you're sick.
All right. What kind of man are you looking for?
One that can keep me laughing. One that obviously is a family man, loves children. That's pretty much the biggest thing is like, I'm all about vibes. And if you can't keep my mind stimulated, if you can't keep The energy's good. Like, it's not always going to be cupcakes and rainbows, but if you can't vibe with my energy and I can't connect with you, then yeah, it's a hard pass.
I don't want to be that guy.
Okay. What are your deal breakers?
People who just talk about money. That doesn't impress me.
A lie detector test determined that was a lie.
Inconsistency. That's also a deal breaker. Those are my two biggest red flags, actually.
Okay. Should he look a certain way?
Well, I do love them tall, dark, and handsome. So I have a thing for dreads, but no, not in particular, you know.
Doesn't want anything to do with her except for using her for a wormhole.
You notice she said it's all about the vibes and the energy. Ma'am, you too old for that bullshit. You need a steady, stable, mature man in your life who gonna bring some structure and discipline in your life, and I guess your soft kid's life. But the more I even say it out loud, the more it doesn't make sense that a decent, respectable man would sign up for this. Oh yeah, not to mention the cat that popped up in the video. He gotta be a good role model for the cat too, and change the kitty litter.
That is bullshit.
Now, what's your ethnicity, Nina?
Everybody always thinks I'm something, but I promise you I'm mainly just like a white girl, but I do have native in me too.
Okay. Now, hopefully this isn't offensive. Do you particularly date black men or white men? Do you have a preference?
I've never dated a white man.
I beg your pardon? I beg your pardon?
But yeah, I've usually only dated a black man. I'm from the Bay Area. I don't know. It's just...
Yeah, she's one of those. Now me, I'm all for interracial relationships. But any of my brothers listening, never mess with a white girl who only mess with black dudes. Very important. They're usually going to be the ones who mess with the trashy hood pookies. I'm willing to bet she never messed with a black banker. I'm willing to bet she never messed with a black architect. I'm pretty sure she never messed with a black doctor or a lawyer. Oh yeah, and they exist.
Are you sure?
Those guys would never fuck with something like this. And I don't say this enough on my channel. Pay attention to the dudes that a chick messed with in the past. Because if they don't match your caliber, you don't need to be messing with her.
We all have a
You're
flavor,
a white girl and you've never dated a white man?
Never.
Freezing again? Don't freeze on us again.
Her power went out again.
Always freeze with Nina on the good parts. Okay, Nina.
Listen,
Got you?
this is nothing new, Kendra. This is why I'm single. Because anytime I try to get going with something, God's like, nah, girl, you good. You good.
Read between the lines, please.
Yeah, it's God trying to help any man who will come into your life. God, like, please don't try to get a man to come into this mess.
You don't know that.
And her tattoos don't even look professional. It looked like the 4-year-old foster kid did it for her. It's just craziness, just madness.
Why have you never dated a white guy, Nina?
Well, I think it's my area. I'm from the Bay Area. It's just not a lot of supply out here. And like the ones that like are, I don't know. I just I don't know.
Okay,
this
so
is not my. I'm not opposed. I just have yet to find one that struck my attention. There, put it like that.
That's suspicious.
Should the guy make a certain amount of money?
Nope.
No, you don't care about that?
Nope.
Okay.
And that's pretty much because like I got my own house, got my own car. You know what I mean? Like 2 kids, the whole song. So like I don't need that. I'm just more looking for a person that would match me and be that person to like match my family. That's more important.
Nigga, no.
She don't need a man with a lot of money because crack is cheap. You know what I mean? So she just wants somebody she could vibe out with, who won't mind her, doing what she do when it comes to the drugs. And just, somebody who could chill out, give her D from time to time. And if she do need, a couple dollars for a rock or something, he got her. But I will say, as trashy as she looks, she presents better than most of the trash that comes on this, this program. Hey folks, it's me, RB Sensei. I'm so tired of going over these dingbats. Support the content and keep the machine running. You could join for $5 via Patreon or Subscribestar, or for the convenience of staying on YouTube, you can join the YouTube membership for $10 a month. You get access to my normal videos 1 day early, as well as 2 to 3 exclusive videos a week. Now back to whatever dumbass I was reviewing before this commercial started.
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
Let's do the Kendra cam. Hopefully we don't get frozen again.
I'm scared to do it at this point. Like, I gotta crawl out of here so I don't freeze. Hold on, give me 1 second.
How many tattoos you got, girl?
Too many to count, Miss Kendra.
Okay, we can kind of see. All right, we see you. Nina, you ain't got no booty, girl.
Girl, none. And let me tell you why. So I lost
But we can't see
100
you before you start telling me. You get the good life.
Get the good life. So when I turned 30, again, I don't know. I just was like, let me activate my life and be who I want to be.
I don't even know what that means.
No one knows what it means, but it's provocative.
And what's that supposed to mean? Just what it sound like.
So I was a really big girl. I lost 160 pounds naturally. But the first thing that went was that ass, girl.
Okay, I'll give her credit. If she really did lose 160 pounds naturally, I mean, I don't know. You got to just take everything women say with a grain of salt. I think she had some help, if you know what I mean, with the weight loss. Maybe she considers that natural. Maybe she considers smoking that natural because she didn't get a surgery. But look, I'll give her credit. Let's just say she worked out and lost it. She keep talking about when she turned 30. I'm more concerned with, 18 to 29. What was going on in those ranges?
I've always wanted to be an independent woman. And now that I'm in my 30s, and you're in your 30s, and if you happen to not have kids in your 30s, and you happen to not have a husband in your 30s, all of a sudden it hits you in the face, and you just start to see all these flaws. And then you start to think that the only thing that you fucking want... and I'm not even kidding. It's the only thing that you want is just one person that you can just completely rely on, that you can just do this fucking thing called life with, and a kid.
Isn't that a big coincidence? That's a coinky dink.
When was your last relationship?
It's been a minute. Couple years.
Couple years. Okay. Couple years. You don't have to answer, but I'm going to ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
It's been a minute.
Fine.
We'll leave that up for
3
interpretation.
flaws. You don't have to answer it, so there's no pushback. 3 flaws you have to work on.
Oh, I think it's a Pisces trait. When I love hard.
Stop it. Get some help.
I gotta move. You ain't talking about nothing.
Like that definitely is something I need to work on.
Yeah, when women say that, I take it as they like those intense relationships. Where you just never know what's going to happen. You never know when the police are going to bust the door down. You know what I mean? You never know when somebody's just going to overdose. You just never know what's going to happen day to day. And they love hard in those type of situations.
Not caring so much, maybe. Again, another Pisces trait. And sometimes I can talk a lot.
Sometimes you can talk a lot. Okay. And why would a man be lucky to be with you?
Because I have a good heart. Like, I have a good personality, kind spirit, definitely that ride or die. Can't even talk, ride or die type that you're looking for.
Told you.
Just good energy. Okay. No drama. Okay. And no baby daddy.
I still don't want your head.
Okay, guys, when you see this woman, is the first thing you think of is, it wouldn't be any drama if I dealt with her.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
I highly doubt it. And another question. How many ex-boyfriends do you think are tatted on her chest? How many street gangs and ex-boyfriends do you think are tatted on her chest?
We're gonna give me time to think.
Okay. Fair enough.
You asked me a serious question, and I'm gonna take some time to think about my answer. I'm gonna use time to my advantage. Sure.
I have this question. Now, you have a unique situation because you do have 2 kids under the age of 5, but you adopted them. But even, I think that's admirable. Me, like, looking at you as a female, like, wow, that's amazing that you sought out to take care of these children. But what would you say to a man that might be concerned? Like, granted, I think it's admirable, but they still have to accept you and your adopted children.
Oh, yeah, I'll say the same thing. So, like, I guess that is a great question. Because I have an issue with people saying, well, don't you want children of your own, like your own blood, right? well, they're my kids. I've had them from birth. They're my own. My name is on their birth certificate. They're my own, right? So like,
Whatever she's into, you know.
blood doesn't really mean that much to me, right? And if you want me to accept your children or what you got coming with you, that really shouldn't be a problem. Okay. But I am open to having more children too, you know? It's
so
just,
are you open to having your, like, and I want to be respectful because I'm not sure how you view it. I don't want to.
Am I open to having children, like birthing them myself?
Yes.
I am open to it, but it would like have to be with like the right person.
Ma'am, you're not the right person. Fellas, respect your seed more than this. I'm not just picking on her, but any woman like this. Or honestly, these days, most women wouldn't be worthy of a decent man's legacy. I'll just put it like that. Wrap it up, fellas. If you're rolling around with trash like this, make sure you wrap it up. And everybody pray for those foster kids. I ain't saying she a bad mom, but I'm just saying pray for them. Actually, pray for all kids that are being raised by single mothers, even if she is a so-called good woman.
Amen. You get to say that about a woman. Why can't you say women are wrong when they're wrong?
You want to be making moves down the street, have no attachments, allow nothing to be in your life that you cannot walk out on in 30 seconds flat.
Okay, first of all, I didn't miss the red flags. I looked at them and thought, damn, that's sexy. And that's my problem.